Hi, this is a tutorial to help you learn how to book and schedule meeting in the SBD Lab calendar. First thing, to make sure that you shared your Gmail email address with me so that I can add you to the SBD Lab and that you appear in the list of specific people who have access to the SBD Lab calendar. Make sure that you turn off your personal calendar or any other site calendars and only turn on the SBD Lab when you book, so that the booking is visible for both of us, for the SBD Lab members and for yourself. Once you do it on your own personal calendar, then we will not see this meeting and unfortunately it will not be successful. So make sure that you turn on SBD Lab and let's start. Well, I advise you in general to always schedule ahead several meetings. You can do it always in advance, so that in case you cannot attend the meeting, it's easy to cancel a meeting, but it's always difficult to come at the last minute and ask for a meeting. So always plan ahead. Now, let's say you're starting to pick up a date and you want to make a meeting on the 29th. So you can say here, first thing, I always ask you to make SA. This is abbreviation of Shady Atia, and then you can say TFE, or you can see MSc thesis, or you can see PhD, and then you can say, for example, one of the students' name. So I will add, for example, let's say I will take this email address from Marie. I will have a meeting here with Marie. So here you go. Or I can just add the abbreviation, add her email address. I put also my personal university email address. Here you go. You have now the two email addresses, and now I can start to check the details. I will see if there is a specific color for the candidate. Let's say if the person here will have a color, and I can change the color. Let's say every master or PhD student must have a distinguished color for themselves. You can see, for example, Aurora here is in green, Sasha is in yellow, so maybe Marie will be in orange, so that will distinguish her, so she will be in orange. And then I can say location. If the meeting is simply in my office, you can say office meeting. If the meeting is in another place, you can add this location, but don't forget that if the meeting is online, then you can click join with Google Meeting. There is no need to click join with Google Meeting if this meeting is simply physically or face to face. If there's any remarks, you can add them, and based on that you can save and start to send. Just one small remark: if the meeting is shorter than 60 minutes, you can click on this option if the meeting is online, and then you are doing to create this meeting and here it's active. If not, I advise you to totally delete it if it's a face-to-face. And if the meeting will require more than 1 hour, then in this case it's better to switch agenda, go back to the Outlook, fix the meeting, let's say, assuming that the meeting we had it on the 29th of March, so we'll go to the 29th of March, and we will try to fix the meeting, let's say here, and create a link with Google Teams, and then we save it. Then we take from the Google Teams this link, we'll edit it, check the Teams details, and I can simply take this detail and put it back here in my details of the description. So now I created a online link for a meeting that will require more than 2 hours using Microsoft Teams, but still using it and embedding it in my calendar. So this is only needed if you have a meeting that is longer than 1 hour and if this meeting is going to be online. If it's not online, you don't need to do all these details. You skip that and you save, send the invite, the invitation is ready. So this is an example how to book a meeting, and as you can see, the meeting now is scheduled. Here is the color, MSc, it is Marie and Shady, and the meeting can be easily be followed. Now some details I would like to share with you. I will have a meeting, for example, this Friday, so I need to schedule and I see if those meetings are correct. You can see here those meetings here on the 1st of March. We have well-aligned meetings, 8:45 Aurora, then 9:30 Claudia, and then we'll have Sasha 10:15, Leah 11, but there is a gap and suddenly Marie is at 5 o'clock end of the day. It doesn't make sense. So it's important to realign this meeting. So what I do actually before the meeting every week, some days before the meeting, I try to reschedule, and in the case I will take this case of Marie, I will first of all check if everything is correct. No, the dates are not correct. So this could be 11:15, let's say. I forgot the meeting before finishes at 11:45, so let's start here and start at 11:45, and we can then schedule it for 45 minutes. And as you can see here, there is only the guest invited is myself, so this is not correct. I need to add the email of Marie, and I will add it. Here you go, the meeting is already in, and now I can send the invite because all the details, the color, I need to change it to orange. So always these small details, the color of the student, the date, the two email addresses, and I can now save, send the invite. When I check back the date, the day makes sense. Look at this. Here you have sufficient dates for sure. Leah, she needs to pick up a color, so this is also need to be modified. Let's say we will pick for her a green so that she is a dark green, or let's say make it a light blue. Then this is done. I can now distinguish. And maybe for Sasha, he had a yellow previously, but there is also Mohib who is using the yellow, so Sasha would be most probably in the color of pink, for example. Here you go, and by that I can check. Claudia, I also suggest that she picks up a color, and in this case I'll make it this color. And as you can see here, we have the colors of all participants. Each of them is varying. Sasha, for example, needs to be consistency issues here. Let's make this here back to this color, and then you can see that on the first Friday all the meetings are aligned and I have them all properly listed. Well, that's it for the use of this calendar. I hope you are going to organize your meetings in advance, not in the last minute. And if you have any issues, if your calendar is not appearing, you have no access SBD Lab, make sure that you contact me, share your Gmail account address so that I can add you to the list and that you have full power to access the calendar.